Legend of Total War here with part 2 of my Lords of the Realm Let's Play campaign. Previously, which was the first episode, we fixed up our economy here at Yorkshire. Everything's looking very nice here. Nice high population, well, sort of. Still need to get my cattle population up enough to feed them all, but we're getting there. And we conquered this village here, which is not in the best of shape at the moment. We only just conquered it, so everything's looking okay. We're turning this around. So this is autumn. We're going to get a bit of food come in. How are we going with the population? It's going downhill a little bit, but I think we can sort it out. I've already moved them this turn. Okay, so what do we do now? I think we just move on to the next turn. So once again, if you're watching this and you're thinking where the fuck is the sound and the music of this, it's the music and the sound of this game is irritating because it's old, so I'm just not going to do it. I can't adjust the volume, it's just not going to work, basically. It's not required for this game anyway. I mean, I can't imagine this is going to be my most popular series ever, but I feel like fucking playing it, so kiss my ass. If you got a problem with it, don't watch it. It's so fucking simple. No. Okay, there's the next village that we're going to attempt to conquer. Oh my god, how many population are we going to get? So, geez, we're at 2,200 or nearly 2,300 here. Even at half rations, they're requiring grain. I mean, it's keeping everyone's actually quite happy. I think their health has actually been going down. I don't know how we keep getting baby booms with this. I actually don't want more people here because I'm trying to grow the cattle population more. This is too much. Okay, bring that down to 300. Whatever. And have we got any iron? No, this will be our first iron that's coming in now, just about. Yeah, that's good. I guess we just need to wait for our livestock population to grow. Surely at some point here we're going to reach some sort of kind of plateau. It's not going to get to like 1 million, is it? Because it's too much. What happened in winter? Nothing. Okay, so population here is declining even further. That's a problem. It's weird though because we've got normal rations. Maybe we just have to fix up their health a little bit more. So the population here is a bit of a problem. If it keeps going downhill, okay, this is winter, so we don't actually need all these spaces here for grain. Just put it there. Winter's the best time to adjust the grain stuff around. Increase the cattle population. Alright. Okay. Now, I think we'll keep this down to about 150. Oh. Fuck it, I'll just put all of them in there. Problem is that it's going to consume a lot of grain. Well, we don't really have anything else for it to do. I mean, I could put it into miners, but I really don't give a shit about that. How are we going for money? Money's looking good. We're actually making a lot of money from taxation, but it's largely thanks to a huge population. Right, let's move on. So, let's have a look at how we fare compared to everyone else. Most people, we're the most populated faction. So that's good. Most troops are the knight. That's okay. Most troops could mean a huge army of peasants. But he's actually not too far away from us. But still, if he had to come through us, he has to come through area that doesn't have roads. We'd be able to catch him easily. Well, somewhat. Depends on whether or not there would be mercenaries in the area. Because obviously one thing I tend not to do in games is leave not too much on defending my settlements. I'm all about attacking. I always think the best defense is a good offense. Alright, so we've got 341 people here at Northfolk. Where's mine? Alright, So here's our peasants, here's my crossbows. So one figure equals 10 men. What I need to do is put my peasants in front of... Shit. In front of my crossbows here. So they basically take all the damage while the crossbows just sit back, relax, and shoot. I don't fucking know. Problem is I'm playing on windowed mode here. It's very small. And look, they have to trod through the bloody oh god, they're not shooting properly. Because they fire at battalions, not individual units. I think. Ah, god, this is actually a problem. They're trying to shoot these guys over here. They're losing men a lot faster than I am. That's something at least. But look at this. They're getting actually to my crossbows here. That's not what we want. See, I am losing some crossbowmen. Shit. Fuck off. No. No, that's not what I wanted. Go away. Okay, at least that one there is not getting involved, and we've almost evened the odds up a bit, so... Come on, you're supposed to help shoot. Okay, looks like the rest of them, they just want to sit back and relax, and that's fine with me. Yeah, you can maybe here. Unfortunately, I can't really use the keys to, like, move the... Oh, shit. They're on their way. It would be best if we were here shooting them, but... Whatever. Shit. The controls in this are a bit... Just not as good as Total War, obviously. We'll shoot them a little bit as they come through here. We outnumber them by 1, so we should be able to beat them, because we'll shoot quite a lot of them before they even get here. There's no friendly fire, so I can shoot right through my guys here. They have to get through my peasants to get to my crossbows. Might have been an idea to get a bit closer, but this will still work. If I didn't have these peasants, there was no way I would have won this battle. So we were simply up against too much. But like I said, peasants and crossbows, they work pretty well together against, you know, just rabbles like this. Okay, our morale here for the peasants is really bad. If it actually goes to 0, they break, right? But it's as good as them dying. I lose a lot of them. Oh, there we go. I'm outnumbered. But their morale's very low, so we might actually be able to break them. Stupid peasants failing me. I think I might just disband this army after this. It's not going to be able to do anything else. It's just going to cost me money and food. Because you've got to feed them, obviously. Unless they're in enemy territory. Oh, good. I didn't even know if I won that one. It was so bloody close. Okay, so this army here, if I could select it, I've got 60 Burgundy crossbowmen left, so I'm going to disband them. So let's have a look at this region. Once again, been badly managed. They're somewhat happy. They've got a large population that's not adequately fed. But luckily, we've got the merchant here. It's always expensive to get these guys up and running if you want to do things, you know, the way I want to, which is feed them via cattle. So it's gonna cost us fucking nearly 1,000 there. But that's what they need. Because at that, What the fuck is this? Oh, they've got a flood here. At half rations, this almost feeds them. Just need to make sure there's enough. That flood will disappear, and I'm pretty sure it'll go barren afterwards. Which is a bit of a problem, but... Oh, the serfs, they're fixing it up. Okay, that's fine then. So leave that at 170. This goes to 95. Still more to buy. We don't really need sheep from here yet. So, I mean, I'm using up all my money just to get these guys up and running. But the thing is, they'll pay it back in a few turns. So by doing that, I might just be able to get them on normal rations. What season is it? Spring? So I can't do anything to adjust that. I need to leave it as is, or else I'll lose all the stuff. We'll get the other field back another turn. It's not important that we do it now. Okay, so with that, we could improve their rations. They're still consuming a lot of grain. Okay, maybe just one turn of half rations. Because if we run out of grain, then we're not going to be a sow anymore. But then again, there's a lot of grain that's going to come through. They'll be okay. The population's not too bad. Well, we've got no more money for mercenaries. So these guys got a gift of grain. They've actually got a lot of grain here. We could sell some off, but there's no merchant here. Okay, bring that down. What to do with the rest of them? I'm just going to put them in there. It's not going to do anything with them. They're essentially being idle. But yeah, that's fine. Whoops. But you can see the public order's under control. Okay, these guys are on half rations because if I put them on regular rations, they'll consume all the grain in friggin' 2 turns. I can't afford to do that, so there's no more space for anything. Now everything's looking pretty good here. Okay, we don't need that many farmers. I'll now put them into foresters. I'll start making armor soon. Well, actually, maybe I should start now. So what are we going to make? I would prefer to make longbows. Because an army full of archers, they can be really fucking good. Because obviously, if you have even just a couple men screening them, and since there's no friendly fire, they can just shoot the shit out of the enemy. Because the enemy do tend to focus more on melee troops. The thing is, longbows, they've got more range than the crossbows, even though the crossbows do more damage. Okay, so we still have a massive food issue here, but it's not too bad. We're okay. All right, let's move on to the next turn. Okay, so what a steward would do would automatically adjust everything. I do not want that. I want to be able to manage it all myself. For one thing, managing the settlement's half the fun in the game. And another thing is that I just don't feel like they manage them very well. Or manage them the way I want them to. Thing is, having a steward would save us a lot of time, but let's do this campaign properly, because being lazy could possibly get us defeated, even though this is not on the hardest difficulty. Because like I said, I can play this game on the hardest difficulty. It is really hard, but it's very long to play it like that. And I don't feel like all of my viewers are really going to want to watch this, so this is just for the few that are like, oh cool, this is retro. So, holy crap, 2,500, still growing way too fast. We've still got more cattle coming in. This is now one of the biggest cities I've ever seen. I don't know why it's getting so huge so quickly. I don't know what I've done right or wrong. Maybe it's the tax rate. Maybe I should increase it, but then again I need it for the other settlements because it's a global tax rate, it's not individually. Done. It looks like we got some stone. It's not really needed right now. I don't feel like building a castle. Can't sell anything off. How much money do I have? Making a good amount of money per turn, no doubt about that. Just by taxes. Bit of festivity here. Everyone's looking happy. Finally getting some population growth. That's always good. I don't know why I bothered with that. I got plenty of useless serfs over there doing nothing. So that's good. If that's growing by 2 per turn, then the cattle population is growing essentially fast enough to account for the population growth. Everything's looking good. Over here, health is going down because we've got everything on half rations. They're being fed, at least. And we're going to get that barren territory back. I know it's on bad crop rotation there, but that bringing it back will solve it. Over here, everything seems fine. I don't want to bother with anything else there. Keeping them on half rations isn't the best for the long term, but this is just a temporary solution until we get their food under... Oh god, they've already got a castle there. Alright, I might also need to start looking into mercenaries. Swedish swordsmen, they're really good. I like them. Is that all I can afford? How much is that going to cost me? 700. Let me just see, how much money do I have? 700, that's why. And there's no merchants anywhere, are there? Just get them. Actually, no, because I have to feed them in this region too. And they'll just eat all the grain straight away. I haven't got this situation under control yet. Who owns that settlement? Looks like these guys have been fighting a lot. Fuck it, I'm gonna get them. These people are right on my border. Maybe I should come down this way. Because that's kind of a long way to go. Yeah, because if I get them out of the settlement, I don't have to feed them. I don't know who owns this settlement here. Hopefully it's neutral. Well, I don't know. We'll see. And any mercenaries here? Well, we don't have the Gascony archers. Don't have enough money to hire anymore. I would if I could sell off all that wool. So just waiting for my turn to come back around. Okay, it's still increasing. Jeez, we're going to get to 3,000 if this keeps up. I don't need the armorers. I need more. Need this grain. You know, if I put the money to, not put the money, put the effort into sowing the seed and want to get it out. I don't really need stone that much. And the slider just isn't perfect, but that's fine. It's still a good game. How much iron? Oh, geez, we're actually getting quite a lot now. That's because if you have a look at it, there's more people mining and quarrying than there are farming. So looking at this, how many sheep do I have? 81 sheep. Wait, is that... No, I've got 40 sheep. But it requires 2 people to look after each sheep. Somehow. But still, that's going to make us quite a lot of money through wool. And an extra 7 cattle per turn. Can't complain with that. Alright, what's the issues here? So under normal rations, they're consuming a bit of grain, but there's tons of grain here now, so not a problem. It's autumn, so it's time to harvest the... I think I've sown too much. But that's alright, it happens. Okay, I can sell off some shit here. He doesn't have bloody sheep available. I wanted to buy some. But the selling price here for the grain is actually quite high, so I'm just gonna sell off all but say about 60 of it. Then, I mean, I could sell off the weapons. I don't want to do that though. Holy shit, buying wood is really cheap right now. That's dirt cheap. But as being said, I don't want it. So don't spend money on stuff I don't need right now. I could buy some more cattle, I guess. Okay, that someone's under control. Now, this one here, on half rations. If we put them on regular rations, we should be okay now, because there's going to be a ton of grain coming in. Oh jeez, I need bloody 500. So yeah, a lot of that's going to go to waste, but not a big deal. That's still going to yield us, I don't know, more than 200 grain. And then come the winter, we can readjust that to be a bit more efficient. There's no merchant here, which would have been useful, but that's fine. Let's move down here. Oh shit, I didn't move the full length that I could have. Okay, this is actually owned by Purple Bitch or whatever, and there's some rebels in the area. We'll be able to take that next turn, hopefully. I mean, it depends what kind of garrison they leave there, which probably wouldn't be much. This is still fairly early in the campaign. And doesn't look like she can even keep it under control. There's an army there. I'm going to have to deal with that. Now, don't forget, these are just mercenaries. I have no idea how big or small this army is. They might win. It's hard to tell. But the thing is, they're only mercenaries. So if I lose them, all I'm losing is money, and I make tons of money. So they outnumber me, but they might just be peasants. Okay, we've got this. If they're just peasants, we've got it. Would have been great if there was like a speed slider for these battles so I can hurry them up, but there isn't, at least not to my knowledge. So that's it, attack them head on, and these Swedish swordsmen, they absolutely crush peasants, even on this difficulty. I feel like the difficulty level only really gives them some minor bonuses. So look at that, we've only lost 2 men so far. Come on, hurry up and break them. So that belonged to the bishop. Good, I'm always down for smashing the church up a bit. Population here is declining, but that could actually be a good thing. Oh, okay. What are we doing here? Okay, it's winter now, so all of this can go back to being grassland. There we go, and we'll just sow the 300 there. That works out just nicely. There's no merchant though, so we'll just leave everyone on idle in the serfs. Them consuming 13 grain is not a big deal, I think, especially since the population is not increasing. It's not increasing here either. Once they get a bit more healthy, it'll increase faster. At least I think it will. That needs to go down because this needs to come up. Whatever. Shit. So all that means right there is that we're just not going to sow as much grain, but it's fine. We don't need it. Much rather have more cattle come in anyway. Just end up losing the grain, fucking 25% of it. But it's fine, like I said, we never were relying on grain, and I can sell off most of this shit anyway. Now I can send caravans between one region to another, so I can sell off most of, well, I can give them stuff if I need to, but I'd rather them just get it themselves. Alright, so that's actually making quite a lot of money by selling off the grain. Okay, we don't want to buy, sheep or cattle, to sell off the wool. Good, now we've got a ton of cash. I told you I know what I was doing. See, now we're rich. Now we can hire as many mercenaries as we want, just about. Fuck off, that's not what I wanted. Good, and we're also getting 10 new sheep in this season. What is it, winter? Yeah. But we can't really afford to... Look at that. If we go to normal ration, they actually eat the cattle. They eat 12 of the cattle. So that is really not what you want to have happen. Just consume the grain. It's fine. If they consume a bit of grain. And it's, it's fine if the population wants to go down now, because we just didn't have the food for them anyway. Okay, we can get some Spanish knights, but this region here is not the frontier, so we have to feed them all the way down till they get to wherever. I'd rather hire them from these areas. Anyway, it's not like this army here is finished with anyway. So we're all good. Let's move on to the next turn. So having a look, we don't have the most territories. Looks like the Knights got 4. But I'm sure we've got, like, the best infrastructure. The AI doesn't really know what to do with their settlements. They tend to either go one strength or another, and don't really balance it out properly with cattle. See, they're trying to build another castle here, but I'm just going to demolish it. I'm not going to pay for it to be finished. Still waiting for my turn. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm not interested at all in fighting that rebel right now. I'd much rather take the settlement, which means unfortunately going around them, but there we go. They didn't leave a garrison at all. So let's have a look at the settlement. Oh, it's a piece of shit. At least they've got heaps of grain here. There's nobody here, though. The people are sick. They've mismanaged this to absolute fuck. Look at this, where they built a fucking building. I don't want to build anything. We got no grain. They're mismanaged to absolute shit. Okay, and at this rate, it'll take a long time for them to actually run out of food, though, so it's fine. As soon as a merchant comes through, to be honest, when the settlements have such low population, it's sort of easy to sort of deal with it at this stage. But we can't sow grain in spring, so there's no point even doing it. And then we just need to wait. So looking at this one here, need more herders. Yeah, too many. No merchants. I wouldn't worry about anything else. I mean, I could put them into mining and stuff, but it doesn't matter. Not at this stage. Having said, they've got too low of a population to really make any difference. What happened here? Rats ate the grain. This is why you don't want to rely on grain. No merchants. That's what I really need, though. Population here is still increasing. You can see the happiness of the region has vastly gone down over the past few turns. I'll keep that where it is because adding more people here will actually lower their skill, and we don't want to do that. Essentially, there's more coming in here every season because of population increase, because it just distributes it sort of evenly. Can't do anything about the sort of cramping up of the cattle. They'll keep breeding, but if I put any more land dedicated to them, we won't have enough crop rotation, which is a problem. Okay, let's get some more Saxony. Oh, hang on. Do I have no money? Surely I've got money. Maybe these Saxony swordsmen, we can only get 100 of them. That's all that's available. And I want to get them the hell out of here. Since we're attacking the bishop, we might as well finish him off. Now those 100 men will eat 10 grain. Okay, it's not a big deal. What about here? Ah, that reminds me. We got like 147 men here. They'll be eating the grain from this settlement. It doesn't actually let you know that they're eating it, but trust me, they are eating it. I need to get... Oh, I can't move him. I need to get rid of those rebels because they're probably going to try and eat shit as well. Suppose it makes sense to get rid of the bishop first since they're... Oh, look at that. If they leave our area, that works for me. Actually, this castle here, I should just sell it. I mean, you might think, oh, legend, wouldn't it be good to keep it and, like, rebuild it and then you can have a defensive position? Yeah, but fuck defensive positions. What do you need a defensive position for if you don't ever get attacked because you're so awesome? And even if someone does take the settlement, well, fuck them, I'll just take it right back. So, needs 16 stone. I don't have that much stone. I don't want to give it to them. Let me see. I'd rather sell it. Demolish it and make... I actually made quite a lot of material from demolishing it. What season is it? Summer. So if they can keep going until winter, then we could put stuff in there. They're actually losing happiness. Well, whatever. I can't do anything about it. So they did actually consume more food than what it said. Can be a little bit deceptive. So the rats getting into the grains. Good thing we sold most of it. Need more herders. Keep that cattle coming because these guys here, they're getting less and less happy. Jesus, they're nearly at 3,000 population. That's a lot. If I was to, yeah, no. We don't have any grain left. We have to keep it on half ration, or else they're gonna eat all the bloody cattle, which is very, very bad. Undoes everything that we've worked towards. Some cattle are lost, but this region here has actually got plenty of cattle. Sort of. Everything there seems fine. Okay, now might actually be a good idea to start buying sheep. I think a small flock of 30 will do. Let's see, because we've got plenty of people here. Let's put the sheep in there. Don't worry about it, it'll be fine. And good, that'll keep it going. Alright, now as for this army, just wait a moment. Let me just bring this guy in. I'm not too sure what those rebels are going to do. I mean, I didn't cause the rebellion, so they might not be pissed off at me. Putting this army in here as well is not going to be good for the food in the region. This is more mouths to feed. We should probably press the attack while we can. There's... oh, okay. Red dot means going off rough terrain. Now, it's possible to take the castle without a siege if we can catch it without a garrison, which these guys here will probably go inside the castle. And then we just lay siege, and it takes a little while, but you get in there eventually. The thing is, the AI is much more adept to building castles because they get so many more resources. But like I said, castles is not the way to win. I mean, I could build a castle everywhere if I really wanted to, but I just don't see the need. Because you can only really put a small garrison in there before it starves out anyway. I don't see anything else we need to do. Got enough mercenaries for now. How are we going for money? Money's going a bit downhill, probably because we've hired so many mercenaries, but that's okay. Got to take into account that we're actually making a lot of wool. Okay, let's move on. That's the thing, mercenaries, they are expensive, but I don't really need gold for much else. Apart from, you know, actually fixing up the settlements when I actually get in there. Alright, so what are they sending at us? Okay, so we're on the defensive one on this side here. They sent spearmen and peasants, so we shouldn't have any problem with this. Even though they technically outnumber us by a small margin, our swordsmen, I reckon, are going to kick the peasants and spearmen. The spearmen obviously being good against cavalry. Or knights. There's no real flanking or anything in this. Although surrounding your enemy is definitely a good way to kill them. See, that's a bit dumb. Well, I'm killing off their peasants. They're trying to send their spearmen around to seemingly flank me. But it's too late. So I lost 2 men on that. And don't forget, guys, it is on expert, but like I said, that wasn't the problem. Putting the economics on expert, all that really does is that, for one thing, you get like, everywhere is barren to begin with, so it takes forever to get started, and it's just a hell of a lot more disasters happen, which it just gets tedious having to deal with every settlement's disaster. Of course you can deal with it. Alright, so I need you to kill this army. You want to be fighting all your battles manually, trust me. Auto-resolving battles can be disastrous. And you can auto-resolve these battles. So another peasant and spearman army. They've seen better days, but it's time to kick their ass. I can't adjust their formations. All I can really do, I can change them from like being side-on or horizontal or vertical. Which it doesn't really provide that much of a bonus. So I lost 1 man on that. Alright, so looking at the food, of course, it's consuming faster than it's producing. It's not producing anything. And here's what we were looking for here, the cattle. Probably be too much. Let's start with 20. That'll feed 200 people, which is more than what they've got. The thing is, do we even have enough people to look after the goddamn cattle? No, because we need 50. Just about. Oh shit. Okay, what we're gonna have to do, we can't have that many fields. Oh, that requires even, oh, hang on. Requires less serfs to be active. Oh god. Okay, well, they're being completely fed now by dairy, but I think I actually bought too many cattle. It's not a big deal. Some of the fields might go barren, but it's not going to happen. It'll probably happen next turn. Hopefully the population increases, though. Oh, actually, I mean, if we did lose 1 cattle, it's not the end of the world. Not this turn, though. Fuck that. I want to keep it. Go away with that shit. It's not growing though. What might help is getting this guy out of this region. Get him down here. That way they're not consuming the dairy from that food. Even though they could, it wouldn't hurt them too bad. Yeah, I want to try and get as much of this grain as possible. No sense in letting it go to waste. There we go, got all of it. So this region is becoming quite productive. How are we going here? What are the major problems? Okay, we can finally buy some sheep. That's good. I'll buy ahead of, say, 20. Probably wasn't the best season to do it because it's autumn and we kind of need people to be harvesting, but I think we could just, yeah, we can get away with it. So that all works there. And how is it going with food and cattle and everything? So all normal rations here. They're getting by. I mean, they're consuming a lot of grain, but it's not that big of a concern. Shepherds beware for wolves. That happens. Can't do much about that. And sheep population, for the most part, has been okay. Okay, finally the cows can at least feed half the population. Now, if I was to put them on normal rations, god damn it, there goes all my bloody grain. Okay, don't need the quarriers too much. Got to get me that grain. Because I think that we can't leave these guys on half rations for too much longer. Even if... Geez, they're going to consume 150 grain a turn. At that rate. At least, you know, the herders, they are still increasing. That's... And the population's... It's actually only just managing the population. And their happiness is going down. Well, whatever. Anyway, I think with that I might end the video here because we're looking at 42 minutes. I think that's enough. I'm going to take a break. So anyway, guys, like and subscribe. Part 3 is next. And don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.